Point of order.
What's your point?
She's making accusations and attacking my character, and
You don't have character.
Oh,
Ran through the corner, checked behind the door, called your favorite place, and even checked your door. You I said you I got some pain got away from me. You got away from me. Away from me. I got some pain away from me.
Mr. Edwards, I'm gonna try to continue. I don't know if you heard me because you were not here. Mr. Smith was here. I told this council clearly that I need to get certain information, see if these departments and these executive offices is functioning right before I'll just continue to rubber stamp resolutions, including this one. That's how Jermaine and Tito and Jackie and Marlon it is. So what office does she work out of?
Mr. Mays, please stay germane to the lease agreement for Flint City Golf. This is the third
I
time
am
you've been
germane.
asked. Can you please make the
In my
connection?
vote.
Can you please make the connection?
Yeah, I done made it already on how I'm gonna vote on different resolutions. You missing it?
Yes, Mr. Mays, I am. Would you care to
Okay,
explain it,
well,
please?
through you to Miss Winfrey Carter or Miss Burns, are y'all missing my connection?
I would, through you, Madam Chair, to Councilman Mays, I would say with, I don't even know her name, it would be a question in regards to how does she communicate to the community about the golf course?
Let me say this, Ms. Burns. My connection, if I don't get information I want, I might abstain and start voting no on a variety of resolutions until I get it. Now, they done interrupted me. You think that clock is accurate on these interruptions as I was talking to him? I ain't got but 5 minutes, and I don't need Ms. Priestley and Ms. Herkenroder to tell me how to make a decision on what I'm gonna vote on. They talking about staying Jermaine and you're not Jermaine. It's for me and my vote. You know,
Thank you,
my
Mr.
daddy
Mays.
used to say, for me and my house, we going to church.
Thank
For
you, Mr.
me and
Mays.
my
Your time
vote,
is
I
up.
know what I'm doing.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. Your time
No,
is up.
no, thank you.
Is there any other
Point of
discussion in
order.
the first round? What's
Point
your
of
point?
order.
What's your point?
Y'all not gonna take my little 5 minutes away with you and Miss Priestley's mess.
Okay.
Now, I know that clock wasn't stopped and dead in the middle of me talking to y'all because it went off fooling with y'all mess.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mays. Is there any other discussion in the
A
first
point
round?
of order.
What
If
is
you
your
don't
point?
give me my time, whether it's 30 seconds, a minute, or two for y'all mess, I'm going to appeal that.
Janelle, did
You're
you
not
stop the
going to
clock?
just bulldog me.
Excuse me, Mr. Mays. Did you stop the clock? Janelle, stop the clock. Your time has been expired. Is there any other discussion in the first round?
I appeal the ruling of the
Okay.
chair.
Is there a second on the appeal that the time was up? Okay, that appeal fails. Mr. Pfeiffer, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Y'all need to go.
I
Point of
suppose,
order. Let me be excused.
Go right on
So
ahead.
I'm gonna interrupt
Thank you,
y'all.
Mr. Mays.
Point
You're
of order.
excused.
So when I interrupt y'all and we dealing with it, the clock keep running.
Mr. Mays, you are excused.
I am gonna be excused and then I'm gonna come back. But the point is, I'm asking a point of order before I get out of my chair.
Okay,
When the
Mr.
clock-
Mays, this is not a proper point of order. If you would like to be
It
excused.
is a point of order.
Mr. Mays, I have to rule on this point of order. If you would like to be excused, you may be excused. But Mr. Pfeiffer has the floor and we're going to let him speak.
Right now, I'm asking a point of order.
Mr. Mays, I have just
And
ruled.
my
Mr.
point,
Mays,
beg
I
your
have
pardon,
just.
you're talking too fast for me. You're talking too fast for me. Point of order.
I have ruled on your point of order.
What was my point of order?
Your point of order was that you wanted a point of order to be excused. I have
No, my
allowed you.
point of order is, do you stop the clock when people interrupt you?
Mr. Mays, this continued disruption has earned you your first warning. You may be excused.
Okay, I appeal the ruling of the chair.
Okay, is there a second to the appeal for the first warning? Hearing none.
Chair.
Oh,
Yep, I will second
I
that.
start asking you questions about my time when Miss Priestley made a point of order saying I wasn't germane. And then you took up time talking about germane. You did it two times or more in my time because of what she said. And I don't want y'all interrupting me, talking to me like I'm ignorant and don't know what I'm doing. You vote and do your thing, I'm gonna vote and do mine. And then couple it with a warning. So these rules dance in circles around y'all, and y'all think y'all gonna dance them around me. Wrong. Way wrong. Let me tell you something. I'm a man of principle. I'll try to speak, and from my elected seat, I'll be ruled out of order by the majority of y'all constantly. I'll get arrested and go to court. And don't fool around and get sued with all this different treatment and discrimination, because we're going to go from one arena to a judicial arena. So have your fun on a Monday. Treat me differently on a Tuesday. But watch what's going to happen Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You laughing, and you can let Mr. Kim keep whispering to you, but he finna be under oath. One of the main questions I'm going to ask him and run the tape. You told this council 100% they could deliberate outside a council meeting. It's recorded. And then I'm going to pull the Open Meetings Act, and then you swear under oath on your law license you didn't say it.
You acknowledge his point of order because he asked, can he want to be excused from the meeting? That is what this appeal is about. The appeal is about my colleague asking for a point of order to be excused from the meeting. You honored his point of order. In the middle of his point of order, he took advantage of the point of order, which is against the council rules, and used the point of order to try to gain
Point
the
of
floor.
information.
What's your point?
Through you to the speaker, you didn't hear me point of order about the time that they took up of mine, or you overlooking that?
Proceed, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you very much. The point of
Order.
order was
May I
for
be
him to
excused
be allowed
again?
Yes.
to
Thank
be
you.
excused out the meeting so we could continue on the business of the city of Flint. But yet and still, instead of him going and leaving and going and doing whatever he likes to always do, here we is in the appeal on his point of order to be excused. And we is not talking about the subject matter. It was that my colleague in the first ward wanted a point of order to be excused from a meeting. And here we is in a meeting on this appeal stuff. This don't make no sense that we here, and it's ridiculous for some of my colleagues to sit up here and amen this bull crap that we got to sit up here and go through with this man meeting after meeting after meeting, when a lot of us want to come in here and get the business done and get on up out of here. And here we is in the appeal because he want a point of order. Get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up. We need to put something in the rules that when you get up, you stay gone. It don't make no sense. I'm supporting the chair.
Point of order.
What's your point?
My point of order, if I say stick your nose in your business and he keeps saying bull crap, which is worse? You ain't warning him for that
Mr. Mays.
undecorum type talk?
Mr. Mays, that is an improper
I
point of
think
order.
bull
Is there
crap
any
is worse
other?
than sticking your nose.
Thank you.
May I be
Is there-
excused
Yes,
again?
you may. Is there any
Beg
other?
your pardon?
Yes, you may.
Yeah. I'm just as mad and frowning
Thank you,
as
Mr.
him.
Mays. Is there any other discussion in the appeal?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead. Sorry, Ms. Worthing and then Dr. Lewis.
I really wish there was like a Eric Mays counter that took up all the time this man has wasted of my life in the last 5 years, and I could reclaim that back somehow. 5 years. 5 years of this. I wonder how much I could have gotten done. I mean, I think I could take full month-long vacation with that time that I could reclaim. This isn't getting the city of business done. Our colleague was mocked, inappropriate behavior, and yet we want to talk about something unrelated about some chart. This is about behavior. This coming back up, going back and forth, this is unacceptable. It's not professional. Any screaming, any said hell over here. Some of my colleagues over there really like to point out when people swear.
Can we not?
So,
Can we not?
I mean, it's just so unprofessional, and we support this. Why support an appeal? And I hope in the rules that we don't get 5 minutes to talk on an appeal. That's way too much time. If all 9 of us took 5 minutes to talk during an appeal, I'm for these rule changes because this, again, it's a waste of time and we have people here wanting to get the business
Is there any
done.
other discussion in the appeal? Yes, I'm sorry, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you. You know, this is not a laughing matter, and this behavior is just totally out of pocket. Councilman Mays asked to be excused. He was excused. My fault, excuse me. He called for a point of order. Point of order was to be excused. The floor, just like Councilman Murphy pointed out, the floor was given to Councilman Pfeiffer. Councilman Mays would not stop talking, nor would he excuse himself per his own request. And so now we're in an appeal, and the appeal was based exclusively off of the fact that he would not remove himself from the meeting after he was asked to be excused. And then we, just like Ms. Worthing said, we have colleagues supporting this, and their support was based off of a chart. We're not talking about a chart. We're talking about that out of order behavior right there. And if you
Continued disruptions are against the rules. In an effort to maintain order, I issued Mr. Mays his first warning, and now we are in appeal. We are now on the vote on that appeal. As a reminder, a yes sustains the ruling of the chair, a no overturns it. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Burns,
No.
Ms. Hookenroder,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer,
Yes.
Ms. Worthing,
Yes.
Mr. Mays,
I abstain so I can state on the record, my appeal had to do with my time being taken from me and not given back. And I can abstain because when folks misconstrue my appeal and then try to word it like it was an appeal for me not excusing myself, I can ask to be excused now
you,
and
Mr.
still
Mays.
not get up.
Thank you, Mr. Mays.
I can finish putting my reason for abstaining on the record.
Please do so briefly.
Yeah, well, this is brief. And you didn't have to interrupt me. I could have been done.
Okay, Mr. Mays, there is no discussion during votes. You've stated
I'm
your
putting
reason.
my reason for appeal and for abstaining on the record, Ms.
Thank you.
Herkenrode, and
Thank
you
you.
keep interrupting me everything I do, and you're dead wrong.
Thank you, Mr. Mays.
Now you're gonna allow me to finish my reason for abstaining?
Your abstention has been documented. Thank you very
You
much.
don't tell me when I can finish and when I can stop making my reason. You getting a little much.
Thank you,
Now
Mr.
I'll
Mays.
shut up because the record is clear. Quit interrupting this first ward council person on every turn and everything I say and do. I don't appreciate it. It's wrong.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. You are out of order. We are
You out of order.
All right, go ahead.
Point of order.
What's your point?
You can't keep interrupting me. You think I'm black and dumb?
Mr. Mays, this has nothing to do with the color of the skin.
It
or
has
the
got
break-
something to do with
Mr. Mays, I let
interrupting
you
me.
speak. Let
Point
me
of
speak.
order.
What's your point?
The point of order is, according to this orderly person city subsection, any person that persists in this will be
Point of
given one
order.
warning. If
Point of order. We was already on a point of order. Mine. And
Mr.
mine
Mays.
was that you interrupted me.
We're going to stop
And when
right
you
now.
do a
Mr.
point
Mays,
of order, she should cease talking and you should too.
Mr. Mays, you have stated your reason for abstention on the record. Thank you.
I was stating it. And my
Thank you.
point of order is you out of order when you interrupt me.
Mr. Mays, to rule on your point of order, as you have stated previously.
Did you interrupt me?
I am ruling on your point of order.
Okay,
I
you
am
didn't
ruling on
interrupt
your
me.
point of order, which is that there is no discussion during the vote. You know that because you said that earlier today. We know that
Point
because you
of
said that
order.
earlier today. Let me finish my ruling, sir. And then I will entertain your point of order. Let me finish my ruling. Your reason for abstention has been duly noted. What is your point of order?
Point of order is when you call a point of order, all talking should cease.
Thank you, Mr. Mays.
Let me say this. And then if you read the rule, it say whoever violated, including the chair, shall be removed. When I say point of order, all talking should cease.
Mr. Mays,
let me say this.
we
My
are done.
point of
We are in a
order was
vote.
that
Mr.
you
Mays,
shouldn't
you are out of
interrupt
order.
me
You
when
are
I'm
out of
stating
order.
my reason. Now
Mr.
you
Mays.
deny that I can state a reason for abstaining. You
Miss-
ain't denying that, is you?
Mr. Mays, I said that your reason for abstention has been duly noted. However, I'm disagreeing and I'm ruling on the fact.
That you can interrupt me.
I am ruling on the fact given the fact that you just interrupted me. I'm ruling on the fact that there's no discussion during a vote. That is my
Point of
ruling.
order.
What is your point?
Are you ruling that the rules say you can't state a reason for abstaining?
I am
They say
stating,
that, don't they?
Mr. Mace. The rules actually do not. It's the charter that does, but thanks for trying. Secondly, there is another rule in there that says that there is no discussion during the vote, which is what you are doing. And we are done with
Point of
this.
order.
No,
Point
no.
of order.
What is your point?
Madam Chair, I dare you to show me where the rules say that the only time you can make a statement is when you abstain. I abstain, and the charter and the rules say you must state a reason. And when it say that when you abstain, you must state a reason, that's the rule.
Mr.
It
Mays.
don't tell you to interrupt me while I'm stating a
Mr.
reason.
Mays.
If I vote yea or nay, I can't say nothing.
Mr.
But
Mays.
when I abstain, prove to me it don't say you state the reason for abstaining.
Rule 9.6, rule against explanation by members during voting. A member has no right to explain his vote during voting, which would be the same as debate at such a time. My ruling stands. Ms. Donahue, please continue.
Point of order.
What is your point?
You're not reading the rule on abstaining. It say you must state a reason. You reading a rule that don't even apply. Y'all can continue, but I guarantee you 100% when you abstain, it say you must state your reason.
Proceed, Ms. Donahue.
Ms. Lewis.
Now, may I be excused?
You may.
Where are we?
We are on the vote for the appeal. Yes sustains the ruling of the chair, no overturns it.
Yes.
Mr. Murphy.
Yes.
Ms. Priestley.
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter.
No.
Vote is 6 yes, 2 no, 1 abstention.
6 yes, 2 no, 1 abstention. The ruling stands. Mr. Mays has earned his first warning. Mr. Pfeiffer, I apologize. You have the floor.
I think we're still on the golf course.
Yes, sir. For clarity, we are in round 1 of the motion to send resolution 220449, the lease agreement for Flint City Golf LLC.
I'm going to fight for input. I'm going to fight on every rule. Point of information, point of order. I know they privilege motions. I know what a quick inquiry is to the speaker. 6 council people who don't know, the Lord didn't bless them with a brain. Not of a certain caliber. Or the Lord, no, that ain't the Lord, that's the devil. When people vote against the rules to try to punish a member wrongfully.
She took from her camera, and she was stating and telling me at the time, it must just really be sad. Your life just must really be sad. You just don't like who you are. No, Eva Worthing, you don't like who you are. You don't like who you are.
All right, can we state your
And so when we talk about
Point of order.
What's your point?
Ms. Herkenroder, why didn't you stop her from howling across the room? Did you not hear her?
Well, number 1, I'm not telepathic, so I didn't know that she was going to yell across the room. Number 2, I did say, can we please stay germane to the topic?
I'm
Ms.
talking
Burns
about to
has the
Ms.
floor.
Worthing just now.
Yeah, and again, I'm not telepathic. I don't know when somebody's going to say something. I said, can we please stay germane to the appeal? Ms. Burns
You
has
was
the
talking
floor.
to Ms. Burns,
Ms.
but
Ms.
I'm
Burns
doing
has
a
the
point of
floor.
order toward her.
And I've already ruled
Sitting
on your point
over
of
here.
order. And I've already ruled on your point of order. Ms. Burns, you have the floor.
Point of information. Through you to
What's-
Ms. Burns, did you hear her do a point of information to Mr. Murphy and ask he murdered somebody and I had the floor?
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
You know, that's what we talking
okay,
about, Ms.
thank you.
Hurst.
And here it is. Watch this. She's gonna say something about me looking at her. Stop looking at me. Something is wrong with her. And to me, I have never seen the children that she teaches, and she's
Something
over
wrong
there doing
with
this
her.
to me.
Something
Take
wrong
it
with
here.
her,
It's
Herkenroder,
silly.
Murphy, and the rest of them.
It's
Mr.
silly.
Mays, you're out of
Oh,
order.
I know it, but she
So
what?
when we talk about bringing the council together,
It's a joke.
a religious cult,
They loud, ain't they?
Now listen the appeal before I close it out.
Madam Chair.
And this is childish and
Thank you.
ignorant.
And he's out of order,
Yeah, he
speaking out of
is.
order.
Yeah, he
You
is.
folks crazy.
Dr. Lewis, you have the floor.
I'm talking
So-
out loud
All
now.
right.
Because y'all been able to get away with it. I think it's ignorant. I think it's disrespectful and it's
Mr. Mays, you're
outrageous.
out of order. Mr.
And she-
Mays, you are out of order.
Okay.
Dr. Lewis, you have the floor.
Yeah. That's what I want you to say to these three.
Mr. Mays, you are still out of order.
Point of order.
What's your point?
Do you know discrimination is illegal in the United States
That's not a
and
proper
in this
point of
council
order.
meeting?
All right, that's not a proper point of order. I'm going to give you your first warning.
I'll
right.
take it.
Okay. Dr. Lewis, you have the floor.
Thank you.
The sky's not falling. Look at Colorado. They just decriminalized psilocybin mushrooms. I am also a member of a Native American church. With that, being a card carrier, I can have ayahuasca peyote in my pocket right now as well, and I would be protected under my freedom rights of religion. Now, we know when we read through the Bible that many times throughout it, cannabis has been related to as a sacrament, both for healing and healing of the nations. And that's what we're here for. We're not doing this for...
You know, and you up there, Mr. President, act just like one here when you let that Miss that empty chair take over your seat, Miss Galloway. You throw a rock and hide your hand, but now you coming back after you done smoked the rock. Now you let this hippie dude come talking stuff, quoting Martin Luther King, and man, all this stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Are there other speakers for this public hearing?
Come up here and be a hypocrite and check me. Check your behavior first. Check your behavior. That's the part that's the problem. No one's saying, because I put Councilman Mays out during the meeting, I've asked you to leave Councilman Murphy, period. So you need to get your facts right and tell a factual story, not the one some made up magical dream. And don't come out here trying to check Tanya Burns unless you're going to tell the truth. Because it's a lot that I have did or put up with you when you over there talking underneath your breath, throwing your hand out and tossing your head. I get tired of that. And so we have outbursts because people don't get, it's a lot that y'all don't see. Councilwoman Worthing hisses and call people names. She has called everyone on this side who sat over here a swear word before, including Mr. Pfeiffer. So she doesn't have a sweet tongue and words that just roll off the tip of her tongue that are melancholy and sweet to her ears. It's not true. It's not true. But then she becomes the victim with this passive-aggressive behavior when she's here. And it's unfortunate because I have very real things that I want to talk about in this budget. And Councilman Murphy, you keep saying everyone, and if my colleagues talk about and fix your behavior, you refuse to apologize to me. I have never cursed you. I've never called you out of your name. I still was respectful to you when I chaired the meeting. I called you sir. Councilman Murphy, you have the floor. But what you cannot and did not do is respect this black woman in the 6th Ward. You are a hypocrite. Fight hard for black people and for equality throughout our entire council than just for your own selfish reasons.
Point of order.
What's your point?
She's making accusations and attacking my character. And
You don't have character.
Oh.
Ms. Burns, I'm going to issue you a warning on that.
That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Now, I still have my time left. Am I correct, Janelle?
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish it.
What's your
So
point?
when we ask,
Do you remember when we had the budgetary meetings and you was in the back and you said, F you, Eric?
Okay.
point of information, you
what's-
didn't hear me say that.
Okay. So,
You did not.
Point of information, it's on the YouTube video.
All
You
right.
go
So
back.
I
He
will
asked the chief,
clarify.
did I said the
Ms.
chief
Burns.
chief of police told him
Ms.
no.
Burns,
He did not hear
Ms.
it.
Burns. As a reminder, we are in an appeal for Mr. Mays being removed from the meeting.
But I read demeanor and look at stuff, and hell, I can't even keep up with myself sometimes. Can't hardly live with myself, so we gonna continue to move forward. There's only one man, might have been two, because Peter walked on the water too, I think. Three, he said 3 of us. But that's who I am. I'm a Christian. I don't bite my tongue. I'm a fair man. I try to be an honest man. And so I'm gonna caution y'all, be careful when you judge and throw stones. Because I done said in these meetings from Monica Galloway to Kate Fields, I ain't caught you too much yet, Miss Eva Worthing, but I done caught Griggs. But it's folks who can get through out of me. But is that what you really want to do? You see, I didn't try to get Mr. Metcalf to throw nobody out. You wanna do rules, Mr. Davis, when we get there, and I'm finna close. My position is this. Be careful. You can fight. I'll fight till the cows come home. Or you can try to get along. I'm pissed. I don't like it. And I want you to know it again. And both of y'all seems to be to blame. Okay, so just so you know, and I'm gonna get over it. But I hope y'all don't do that to Councilman Mays no more. Every appointment come up, ask me if you're interested. And then if I say yeah, then give it to him. But don't let me not know I be wanting stuff. I wanted the land bank, I wanted the water. Any more appointments coming up, governmental ops, I don't know about. If it is, I might not want that one. I'm like Mr. Griggs, he wanted economic development. Let's talk about it. I'm done. I said I was done a minute ago.
Yeah, you started up again.
Okay.
All right. Hearing no other discussion.